Hi everyone, welcome back from winter break. I'm Miss Polizzi. I'm the EL literacy teacher here, meaning that I help students who English is not their first language and I help them to learn English. But in reality, we are all English learners. We're all learning new vocabulary, we are all learning new things, so we're all really English learners. Um, so I'm going to talk about math this quarter. Last time I talked about literacy. So a really good thing, a strategy we can use for math is called figure me out. You take a paper, you divide it in four, and you tell your child to put four numbers in there. They can have meaning, they don't have to have meaning, but four numbers. I like to say numbers 1 through 10. Then you cover them with a sticky note. And the goal is to create a math problem any way they want. If you are learning multiplication, maybe all the math problems are multiplication. If you're learning money, maybe they all are money. That equals the number you put in the quadrant. So I have 1 plus 1 gives me 2. I used base 10 blocks over here. I used multiplication over here, so 1 times 3. And I used a dime over here, so 10. Then once this is finished, you have everybody stand up or you share with a partner, and the partner is to solve the math problem. And once they solve it, you see the correct answer. And then in the center, we have some sentence frames. So it's very important that we talk about everything. That's the only way that we can build good vocabulary and sentence structures and confidence when speaking. So all of these numbers I had that represent something to me. So I can say this number represents me because it is my favorite number. So this is super fun to do as a review game, as a warm-up activity, as an icebreaker. If you need some more, some extra time, this is a really good thing to do. The next thing I want to talk about is the math books. Sometimes they give you a warm-up or a practice problem, and it's super language heavy. There's just a lot of words, and we're not all the same types of readers, so that can be anxiety causing. So a good thing to do is break it up into 3 different levels. So behind me I have 3 levels, a blue level, green level, and an orange level. And they're the same concept, but they're at different levels, but there's no words, so we all just know numbers and we can work with it. And then the student can pick whichever level they want to do as a warm-up, and maybe they pick blue every single time because they're comfortable with addition. And then they can do that, and then you can talk about each one of them. So that's something good to do. Take away the language and just give varying levels of a skill. The last thing I want to talk about is play, connect, and reflect. Really, really fun ways, this is my favorite, to introduce a new topic is to just play with something. For example, bowling. Just set up some bowling pins and tell the kids to play. They'll look at you like, what? But just play. Then bring them back as a whole class. Have one bowling station in front of the class so we can all see. Bowl as the teacher or as the parent, and then let's talk about it. What happened? Some pins went down and some pins were left. Well, how many pins went down? So we're reflecting on what happened. Then send the kids back, have them play, and kind of take note of what happens. Every time they bowl, how many pins were left and how many pins were up. Bring them back and then do the same thing. And what you're doing is slowly building a connection to subtraction. But they're invested because they get to play. And it's something that's an everyday. So what you do is you play, bring back as a whole group, reflect on what happened, kind of connect it to the skill that you want to talk about, play, reflect, and connect it even further. And you're building that foundation higher and higher. And there's no real language involved. It's a lot of play.